Tonight, a mass shooting in perhaps the most unlikely of places.
It just doesn't even feel real.
2 are dead, 2 others injured. Tonight, what we're learning about the suspected shooter as this tragedy rocks rural Stillwater County.
I mean, I don't think we could have done anything, but if we had even known, we could have maybe offered help.
And it's report card time for your child's school.
I would say that the mask is still a work in progress. I think mask is still a tool that I think has future.
A new testing system is shining light on how Montana students are doing in math and language arts. We'll break it down. The MTN 530 News, it starts now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kagan Harsha. We're going to get you back inside our Q2 studios in just a minute, but this is where we begin tonight. I'm standing along Stillwater River Road south of Absaroka, where multiple people were told have been shot. This crime scene is a big one. It stretches several miles, ending right here along the banks of the Stillwater River. As you can see, a pickup truck veered off the road here, down an embankment, and ended up in the water. We're going to tell you how it ended up there, but first we want to take you to where this all began, about a mile up the road from where I'm standing now. Here's MTN's Charlie Kleps with what happened early this morning.
Yeah, I'm here at the Cliff Swallow access point. It's typically a place for fishermen to come out and enjoy the Stillwater River and the nature that this area of the state brings. But on Monday morning, it was law enforcement in the area as gunshots rang out.
You would never see something like that around there. It's just usually a pretty quiet place.
It's a place known for its scenic landscapes and rushing waters.
Well, it's beautiful for one, but it's also very dark and no light, no street lights. No, nothing.
That beauty and solitude typically makes for a peaceful life. But early Monday, that wasn't the case, as law enforcement lights lit up the yard outside this home.
We drove past their house and their lights were all off inside, but there was two sheriffs were sitting there in their driveway.
Nearby neighbor Holly Crockett Hoagland saw the lights and quickly tuned in to the police scanner. What she heard was shattering.
5 people were involved, 4 had been shot.
The Stillwater County Sheriff's Office responded to that call just before 4 Monday morning. By the time they got there, one of the victims was already dead, and the 3 others were transported to the hospital where another victim died there. Authorities ultimately found the suspect, 23-year-old Ty Allen Turney, alive here, after they say he lost control of his truck, driving off of the road and landing in the Stillwater River at the bottom of an embankment.
It just doesn't even feel real.
Nearby neighbors Tanya and Brad Nielsen say the loss is hard to believe.
We slept through that and how sad that was for them, and that we didn't know what was going on.
A little concerned that we didn't hear more activity.
And both Nielsen say they wish they could have helped.
I mean, I don't think we could have done anything, but if we had even known, we could have maybe offered help or, called sooner.
A normally peaceful place in the mountains disrupted by a disturbing crime. In Stillwater County, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
An update tonight on a shooting that rocked a Lockwood neighborhood and ended with a gunshot victim knocking on the door of a Heights home for help. We've now learned that man is talking to investigators. Take a look at these images on Bluebird Street in Lockwood, where the Yellowstone County Sheriff's Office was staged Sunday with a crime vehicle. Deputies say the shooting started here and is linked to 2 other locations. Lockwood neighbor Steve Nace recalls the chaos watching it from his front door.
We have shootings down here, we have shootings up here all the time, and you go down around the corner and it's just a hornet's nest of people staying in whatever they can move in.
Sheriff Mike Linder says following that scene in Lockwood, deputies were called to a home on Lake Elmo Drive where the victim jumped a fence and knocked on a door with gunshot wounds. He was rushed to the hospital. The county is working with the city, too, to investigate a 3rd scene from a crashed vehicle on Wicks Lane. Bighorn County commissioners aren't backing down. They're pushing for answers on why the state chose Laurel for its new mental health facility. Commissioner sent a letter to the state health department with some concerns surrounding the selection process, saying it presents some serious questions. Commissioners point to Laurel's two-page letter of intent asking why that was enough to win the bid when Bighorn County's proposal offered what they call significant value to Montana taxpayers. We also spoke with Custer County commissioners who say taxpayers deserve answers. They expect to hear those answers from the state soon.
A lot of cloud cover around much of Montana and Wyoming on this Monday, but not a lot of rain or snow to show for it. We've had some trace amounts, a couple hundredths of an inch of rain here and there from Dawson County southwestward toward Rosebud County as well as Custer County. Trace amounts around the Billings area too, but we'll have better chances for additional rain showers and mountain snow overnight tonight. As early as 10 p.m., some rain showers extending from Yellowstone County northward all the way to the High Line, but it's not just that. We have other changes in the forecast, including a lot of wind coming our way, but today it was a warmer than average day. We only dropped down to 33 this morning, had a high of 45, but big time weather changes are coming. I have a complete 7-day forecast coming up.
New test scores are out, but the news isn't great. Fewer than half of Montana's 3rd through 8th graders aren't proficient in reading and math. And a new testing system is revealing where students stand. One teacher says, though parents shouldn't panic just yet. Our Hannah Pettiferi shows us how School District 2 is trying to get students back on track.
Mandy Bacon is a 4th grade teacher, and she says the new mass testing is a good thing for her classroom and her students.
We get our results back in about a week, so it's data that we can actually look at and use right now to help drive our instruction.
The new mass test is intended to help the teacher see her students' strengths and where they might need the extra help.
It also is a great way for me to say, whoa, my kids really bombed finding common denominators, but my teaching partners didn't, so how can she help me to help improve my kids' test scores too?
And while testing is never fun,
some weeks they're like, oh, another test?
This mass test is done more often, and that's a good thing. It makes a difference for her when she's teaching every day.
To help me find the gaps for kids that I might not even realize they have in both reading, but especially in math.
Billings Superintendent Dr. Erwin Garcia says that mass testing is still a work in progress.
The assessment came after a pilot. Is the first year that it's been issued. That even from the OPI's standpoint, the data there's some reliability and validity issues that even the state recognizes with the data.
Dr. Garcia says he is paying attention because test scores are lower than national numbers.
When I look at the outcomes reflected on the mass assessment, those outcomes are pretty low. So it's pretty low proficiency. Now, those outcomes do not match nationally measured assessments.
He adds that it's taking time from daily instruction.
The focus should be on instruction. We should have some sort of measure because we don't want to lose the accountability.
But for Mandy, her students have adjusted and testing will continue.
Most of the tests are 12 to 15 questions. So they know that it's a very short time of intense focus and work, and then we can get back to our regular schedule activities and day.
In Billings, Hannah Pettiferi, MTN News.
A Billings veterans nonprofit is sounding the alarm, saying its biggest source of funding is on the chopping block. Dog Tag Buddies matches veterans with trained service animals to help manage PTSD and reduce suicide. Our Isabel Sparts reports the group warns its veterans who will pay the price if that money disappears.
At Dog Tag Buddies in the Billings Heights, Holly Koningberg's life has been completely changed.
If you had asked me 4 years ago if I would be here, I would have said there's no way.
And it's thanks to her service dog, Zulu.
I am a combat veteran from the United States Army, and I'm diagnosed with PTSD.
The nonprofit Veterans Program helped teach Holly to train her service dog to manage it.
It helps you realize what you're capable of. Those wounds that you have, whether they're mental or even physical, don't have to be something that defines you and holds you back.
Executive Director Dee Dee Baker has helped hundreds of people like Holly in Montana. The nonprofit helps veterans manage PTSD with the help of trained animals.
The VA does not recognize, acknowledge, or help pay for PTSD service dogs.
A therapeutic way to heal for those who've given so much, and it comes at no cost to them, partially due to a large federal grant called the Wounded Warrior Service Dog Program.
Funding for us is right around $600,000 this year. I could not serve the number of veterans that I do today without this.
It accounts for 80% of their funding, but it's now at risk to go away by the end of the year. Congress did not appropriate the funding for 2026.
It's not that the funding went away. It's the law. It's already a program of record. It went into the Senate and it got removed.
Back in September, Dee Dee traveled to D.C. to speak with Montana representatives and plead for them to renew the funding, but to no avail.
We didn't get to meet with any of our congressmen or any of our representatives.
The grant helps fund 28 other organizations in the U.S., and the loss could lead to longer wait times for veterans, and many could lose jobs.
It means I have to really look at reducing staff. Am I going to be able to find the grants in a timely manner to make up for that?
She remains hopeful, but pleads for Congress to keep that life-saving assistance for Holly and so many other veterans across the country.
There's so many veterans that are still hurting and still need help and still need hope. And programs like this provide those resources and provide that sort of help for them.
If Congress truly supports veterans the way they say they do, this is a way they can show it.
In Billings, Isabel Sparts, MTN News.